And the high-stakes two-day NATO summit is set to begin in the Lithuanian capital Vilnius in just a few hours from now. On the agenda will be the war in Ukraine. But ahead of this, the members have secured a breakthrough ending months of drama. Turkey has now given green light to Sweden's bid to join the alliance. On the eve of the summit, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan met with Swedish Prime Minister and NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg for special talks on Sweden's membership bid, following which Stoltenberg announced that Turkey has agreed to move ahead with Sweden's NATO bid. Take a listen.
I have just had a constructive meeting with President Erdogan and Prime Minister Kristersson. I am glad to announce that as a result, President Erdogan has agreed to forward the accession protocol for Sweden to the Grand National Assembly as soon as possible, and work closely with the Assembly to ensure ratification.
Now, early on Monday, Erdogan introduced a new condition that European Union should open the way for Ankara's accession to the bloc. That is, before Turkey's parliament approves Sweden's bid to join the NATO military alliance. But Brussels quickly reiterated that joining NATO and joining the EU are two very different procedures. Erdogan had stalled Sweden's NATO accession, saying that Stockholm was failing to crack down on the Kurdish militants, which Ankara considers as terrorists. That is, after Turkey's green light, Swedish Prime Minister hailed the decision, calling it a good day for the country.
I'm very happy. The three of us, the President of Turkey, the Secretary General of NATO, and myself, have shaken hands over this joint statement. We are thus taking a very big step towards the formal ratification of Sweden's membership in NATO. It has been a good day for Sweden.
The disagreements are over on Sweden's NATO membership, but the members are yet to overcome divisions on Ukraine's membership bid. The members remain cautious to back the bid while the war is still on. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who has been invited to attend the summit this time, has been pressing NATO to give his country a clear pathway to membership in the summit. Zelensky even went on to say that Ukraine was a de facto already in the alliance.
The security reality here on NATO's eastern flank depends on Ukraine. When we applied to join NATO, we were frank. Ukraine is de facto already in the alliance. Our weapons are the weapons of the alliance. Our values are what the alliance believes in. Our defense is the very element of the formula of Europe that makes it united, free and peaceful. Vilnius must confirm all of this.
Russia has meanwhile warned NATO from accepting Ukraine's bid, saying that it will have negative consequences for Europe's security architecture. NATO is likely to discuss other critical issues, which include the cluster bomb controversy and access to food grains, among other issues, to name some. For more on this, we were earlier joined by Mark Mirowitz, who is a political commentator and expert in Turkey and a professor at State University of New York Maritime College. Listen to what he had to say on this.
You spoke about the impact of foreign policy, and that's also a factor. Biden is running for re-election, and I think right now he is in a, he's got a lot of good accomplishments. He's going to this NATO summit. He's coming home, hopefully, with some really big achievements. So, but on the other hand, you wouldn't want a negative like the cluster bomb thing. That thing is going to is already all over the media in terms of negative public relations. Now, overall, I would say emphatically foreign policy is not important to the American people. It never has been. The only part of it that might be a little impactful is the idea of the Ukraine war. Most Americans are not aware. What they are aware of are jobs and the economy. So he doesn't want to have a negative. I think he wants to come home with a whole basket of positives. So this cluster bomb thing is, I think, again, a posture against Russia.